discussion today, we will be discussing an issue that very popular and famous among university students. So, the topic of our group discussion is, should university students study more or sleep more during exam week? As we know, student aduh, okay, as we know, student can be very stressful in exam week. Some of them face a tight schedule and pressure from their own doctor to finish their own work fast. So, because of this, many students have been sacrificed their own sleep schedule to study in a longer hour. However, some of students also argue that this method can also come with negative impact, such as they have lack of focus while in a class and short of memory retention. This topic has become increasingly relevant to the student and university student struggle to maintain a healthy balance between academic and personal lifestyle. Before we begin, let me introduce our panel member. In front of me, we have Nilam, Wani, Anis, and Fahmi. Without further ado, let's start our discussion. So, Nilam, what is your opinion in our issue?
Okay, thank you to moderator. So, in my opinion, university students should prioritize their sleep during exam week. It is because sleep play a crucial role in academic performance. So, many students think that when they spend more long hours when study, they can get a better result. But the assumption of this thing not always true at all. So when students do not enough sleep, their brain can get tired fastly, and as the result, they may not remember so much information. Sleep is important because it allows the brain to do organize and memorize some information. Throughout the day, they learn something. In other words, it's also called sleep can strengthen the memory. So even students study more hours, the information not retained effectively and not written efficient when the student get exhausted. So, for example, I once stay awake until 3 o'clock in the morning before the examination. So, even though I do the revising, I felt extremely sleepy during the exam. So I also cannot focus cannot focus properly at my exam, and I also forgot some important points when I do the examination. And then in addition, lack of sleep can also affect our physical health. The student may experience like headache, fatigue, dizziness, and mood swing. So that thing can affect on the study lah. So I strongly believe that prioritize quality sleep during the exam week is important because it allow to brain to do memorize the information that we study. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Nina, your brilliant opinion. I'm also agreeing with your opinion that sleep is very important to keep our studying and memorizing some important information to score in exam. So now let's hear from another perspective. Wani, do you think students should focus more on studying during exam week?
I agree. Sleep is very important, but I believe studying should be prioritized during exam week. As we know, the main purpose of examination is to access student to know knowledge and understanding about the subject. The students must spend sufficient time for preparing for their exam, because university courses often contain a large amount of content. During exam week, students may need extra hours to revise lecture notes and complete answer practice question. For example, students in a program such as medicine, lawyer, account, and education often extensive syllabus. So, in this situation, additional study hours may be necessary because students need to study for the exam. Furthermore, many successful students spend considerable time revising before examination. Of course, I'm not suggesting that students should ignore sleep. In my opinion, if the student cannot answer the question because they not study.
Thank you for your opinion, Wani. You emphasize the importance of preparation and revision. According to your perspective, students need enough time to study more, to cover all examination topic and improve their understanding. Now, let's hear from Ani's opinion.
Okay. Thank you, moderator. Personally, I think this issue should be examined from a mental health perspective. Okay, exam week is one of the most stressful period for university students. Many students experience anxiety because they worry about their grades, future career, and academic performance. Okay, when students don't get enough sleep, these feelings of stress may become more severe. Sleep deprivation can increase irritability, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. I have seen many students become overwhelmed because they focus entirely on studying while neglecting their well-being. Eventually, they lose motivation and struggle to perform effectively. Okay, mental health is closely connected to academic performance. Students who are emotionally stable tend to learn more effectively and handle challenges better. Okay. Therefore, although studying is important, students should not sacrifice their mental health. In my opinion, adequate sleep is necessary because it helps students to manage stress and maintain emotional balance. Okay, that's all for me.
Thank you, Anis. You have raised an important point about mental health. According to the viewpoint, as a student, we must to keep our mental health in a good state, so we can answer in exam with a better answer. So, how about Aileen? What is your opinion on this issue?
Thank you, moderator. I believe that students should not choose between study and sleep. Instead, they should aim to achieve a balance between both. In reality, even nowadays, where sleep and study contribute to the academic success, students need sufficient study time to prepare for examination, but they also need enough sleep to function effectively. The real issue is not whether students should sleep more or study more. Rather, it is whether students manage their effectively throughout the semester. Many students procrastinate and postpone their revision until the last minute. As a result, they are forced to choose between sleeping and studying during exam week. If students begin preparing earlier, they can avoid this problem entirely. For example, students can create weekly study schedule, review lecture material regularly, and avoid cramming before examination. Therefore, I believe that time management is the key solution to the success in academic.
Okay, thank you for all member panels. We have here several different and interesting perspectives for each panel member. From Nilam, believe that sleep improve memory and concentration. And for Wadi, argue that studying is more important because examination requires adequate preparation. And Anis on mental health, that highlight the risk of stress required and burnout. And highly believe that balancing sleep and study through effective time management is the best approach. So now we move to the next round, where we will be evaluate the viewpoint in greater details and determine which approach is best option and beneficial for university students. So now I would like to ask all panel a question. Many students stay awake throughout the night before examination. So do you think this is a best strategy and effective way? How about you, Nila?
Okay. So personally, I think it is not effective at all, because students may feel they are productive because they spend for many hours to study, but the quality of the learning decrease significantly because significantly when they feel tired. So a sleep deprived student may struggle to understand information, and then also can make unnecessary mistake during the examination.
Thank you, Nila. How about you, Wadi? Do you agree with Nilam's opinion?
I agree with some extent, However, I think students have no choice. Where in the situation, they need to study late. For instance, a student has not completed revision and has a multiple examination in the same week. Okay, staying up slightly, staying up slightly later may be necessary. The problem is not staying. The problem is not staying up late, but the problem is awake the entire night.
Interesting point from Wadi. So, what do you think about this question, Anis?
I agree with both of them. However, I would like to add that students often underestimate the psychological effect of sleep deprivation. When students are exhausted, they tend to feel more anxious and less confident. This can negatively affect examination performance.
Okay, thank you. And Hailey, would you like to respond?
Yes, I think this discussion shows that sleep and study are interconnected. Students often treat them as a separate issue, but they actually support one another. Good sleep improves learning, while effective studying reduces stress. That's from me.
Okay, thank you. Let me ask another question. If you could give only one piece of advice to university students during exam week, what would it be? So we start from Nila.
Okay, so my advice to university students that them need to prioritize quality sleep because when rest brain can learn more effectively. So that's all.
Okay, thank you. We continue for Wadi. What your advice to the university student?
Okay, my advice is create a realistic revision plan and stay committed to it.
Okay, thank you for your advice. And how about you, Anis?
Okay, my advice to university students is they need to take care of their mental health and avoid putting excessive pressure on themselves.
Okay, thank you. And Hailey?
For me, I want students to manage their time consistently throughout the semester.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you for all your valuable insight from each panel member. After evaluating the different perspectives presented today, our group has been reached a conclusion. Although studying is necessary during exam week, we agree that sacrificing sleep completely is not an effective strategy. Adequate sleep improve memory, concentration, mental health, and overall academic performance. At the same time, students should maintain effective study habit and manage their time wisely. Therefore, our group conclude that the best approach is to maintain a balance between sleep and study to achieve a better score in exam week. Thank you for the fruitful discussion. We have come to the end of our discussion. Thank you for everyone.